It's always a good idea to have these simple tools laid out and ready before you start your cabinet building project. A Lazy Susan cabinet is considered a big build in cabinet building. It might be a good time for you to call in that favor from a friend. By big build, we don't mean that it's too much for any one person to handle. Things just go a little smoother and a little easier if you have a helping hand. Start the process by carefully opening the packing box. Cut one side and then open on the other, taking care not to damage the contents. Lift the back of the box up, make a small incision on the packing tape, and give it a pull. Pop, and it's open. Lazy Susans have more parts than other cabinets. While unpacking, take the time to get to know each piece. This is the cabinet back. That way you'll be familiar with the pieces when you put the cabinet together. These are the toe kicks. This is one of the cabinet back. This is one of the cabinet sides. This is the other cabinet side. You can tell it's the side because it's notched. The doors for this cabinet come pre-assembled and pre-fitted. Do you recognize this part? This is the top Lazy Susan. And this big guy is the bottom Lazy Susan. And this is the key piece to this style of Lazy Susan. This is the center support frame. This is a box of hardware. It's a good idea to open it up and unpack the parts. That way you can become familiar with what they look like. Taking a little time to separate the parts is a good idea. These are set pins, and these are set screws. The set screws hold things together from the outside, and the set pins hold things together from the inside using interlocks. Start the build with the center support frame. And begin by placing set pins into the center support frame. It's a good idea to set at least one pin using a handheld screwdriver. That way you know exactly how much tension to place on the set pin. And once you've installed one set pin, you can use a cordless screwdriver, but be very careful over tightening any screws or set pins. The next step is to install the set pins into the toe kicks. Now it's time to set side 1 onto the center support frame. Place side 1 over the top of the set pins. Then use a flathead screwdriver to snug down the interlocks. Remember, there's more than one interlock, so make sure that they're all nice and tight. After attaching the side to the center support frame, it's time to attach one of the toe kicks. Doing it now is easier because access to this area is restricted when the cabinet gets assembled. Now that you've completed section 1, it will stand by itself, so move it off to the side so you can begin assembling section 2. Section 2 begins with the face frame. Install set pins. And then bring up side 2. Be sure that the notch is facing to the front, which in this case is down. After you've installed side 2, make sure to lock down the interlocks. After installing the toe kick onto section 2, this section is now complete. Now it's time to prepare section 1 to meet section 2. Start by installing some set pins into the remaining holes of the center support frame of section 1. Now that the support pins are attached to the center support, it's time to bring the two sections together. Find the inner locks on section 2 and tighten them down. So section 1 and section 2 are nicely joined. Now the two sections are joined together, but we have to remember the toe kicks. The toe kicks get joined using longer set screws. Now it's time to prepare the cabinet to install the bottom and the back. Now that the set pin preparation has been done on section 1 and 2, it's time to connect back 2 to side 2. As you can see, the complicated Lazy Susan is not that complicated at all. It's only a matter of doing the right thing at the right time, staying in sequence, and knowing the pieces. Now it's time to install the bottom Lazy Susan. Take a little time to install the bottom Lazy Susan. It has to fit through a notch, and it has to align. Be gentle, and it goes together very smoothly. Make sure the Lazy Susan is aligned properly before closing the front doors. Now it's time to start applying some set screws. The holes for the set screws are pre-drilled and their locations are easy to find. Remember, only to install the set screws on one side of the cabinet Lazy Susan bottom. Now it's time to prepare to install back one by attaching it to back two and also to side one. Notice that the back that is not connected stays a little bit loose. That's so you can flex it a little bit in order to install the final back panel. Since one side of the cabinet is flexed out, setting the back panel is easy. It slides right into place. Lock it down on one side, then nestle it together, and then lock it down on the other. Remember backside 2 wasn't screwed down and locked into place? Now's the time to do it. Be sure to find all the empty screw holes. And once you've secured the bottom Lazy Susan, it's time to secure the center support frame to back 2. And now we're nearing the end. It's time to install the top Lazy Susan. After aligning the top Lazy Susan, just screw it down into place. Align the Lazy Susan turntables before you close the door. And congratulations, you've just done a big build.